secrets any longer.
Right. And so like, the truth can be really fucked up and funny at the same time. It's just that like,
It often is.
right. It's just like,
Paul just really loves being up right now. That shot lands.
you know who I love really like a lot? Mitch Hedberg.
Okay, that makes sense.
Eddie Izzard.
I don't know Eddie Izzard.
Yeah, you should. If you don't, look him up. But these are older acts. But like, I also like, I mean, yeah, Bo Burnham he's kind of a, I wouldn't even necessarily call him a comedian. He's more of like he started in comedy, but he's more of a,
He's almost like some sort of
commentator. Yeah. I actually, honestly, yeah, performance artist is probably right.
At this point, which is funny.
My mom introduced me to Eddie Izzard. I mean, yeah, that sounds right. And I think it's IE, but I could be wrong. But yeah, Eddie Izzard's hilarious, and
don't know if I've ever heard of him.
you know, Mitch Hedberg is good. I'm trying to think of you know, what's funny too is I'm sitting here being like, I'm just like not someone who likes comedy, and I do get like a fair bit of stand-up shit in my feed. And
It just sounds like you have a very specific style that you.
yeah, I really like political humor, and by like I mean it generally just makes me upset. But like,
but in the way that like a tragedy, like a very sad movie.
yeah, in the ways that the Greeks used to probably watch Oedipus Rex, you know, where it's like, you know, actually this is all of our leaders, and yet I'm drunk. By the way, the blinker sent me to the realm of tasting how colors smell. I mean, hey, how do they smell?
Oh, man, I thought I got a reset on that, and I didn't need to.
I fucked up. Yeah. Oh,
We have it. No, I fucked up.
nope, you nailed it.
It was a pass. It was a pass.
Yeah, exactly.
I did the thing.
I don't know how long I've been gone. So, like, who else do I think is really good? Honestly, like, Trevor Noah I like a lot. Jon Stewart I think is really good. I think, you know who else I like quite a lot is who's the lady with glasses on Dropout?
Oh, the glasses, the blonde.
Yeah, the one that makes everything about cats and her ass. And yeah, it might be Izzy. I also might be wrong. It might not be she Dropout or College Humor.
Didn't.
I'm gonna have to look her up. Anyway.
Dropout.
Hmm?
I thought College Humor became Dropout.
Yeah, but they didn't take everyone with them, I don't think.
Oh, okay.
I also just like most of the College Humor / Dropout nerds.
Dude, old College Humor was the shit.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking Tetris bit still makes me line piece is still so fucking funny.
But I think like ultimately what I end up frustrated with in comedy is that like at some point everyone shows that they aren't me. And that can be really frustrating.
The worst.
And like a lot of comedy is dealing without nuance, which like, or you're dealing in nuance and like
not dealing with the nuance.
No, you're dealing in nuance, but you're so deep in it that you, like the whole idea of subverting things, right? It like frequently comes down to underplaying or ignoring intentionally nuance. to like have a punchline type of thing. I'm getting a little bit too deep here. I think I'm losing the plot. But
I think this makes perfect sense in your head, and if I were in your head, I would be 100% with you. But I'm nope, not there.
right, and so that's my issue with you. And no, wait,
and most comedians. It
right. It's so funny, dude. I don't know. I like laughing. I just don't feel like doing it a lot these days.
Oh no! Oh no! This got very sad very quick.
Yeah. Welcome to my brain.
Let me out.
Now. That'll be 3 meals a day, please. And drugs if you got them.
Oh, I got 'em. Not a lot of them, but I have them.
Hell, take them. All of them.
Take the boost. I take life. Get it.
Hmm.
Do it, Lance. Do it to him. Oh, he got there. Have another try. Oh, no, he left. Lance doesn't love me anymore.
I'm just kind of zooming around at this point.
Aren't we all? We're in high diamond, low champ, aren't we all? Miss Macho called me out again, by the way.
What do you mean?
Her, signs you belong in diamond video on TikTok.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep.
I commented, if you combine this with the signs I belong in champ, you're peering into my soul, and I don't appreciate it.
In a way that I'm uncomfortable with. Yeah.
Yeah, I did not consent to this.
Where'd you get the Truman Show but mine? Oh.
Oh! That was scary. I peed a little. Not even into my own mouth this time. Oh, I passed.
But it's also weird, dude. Like, my favorite humor is, like, usually the dumbest.
Which is pretty contradictory to what you were saying before.
I know. It's like I like wordplay. I like puns. I like actual toilet humor.
Yep.
I like political commentary that's funny, but mostly because it distracts from the horror that is politics.
The horror that is reality.
Yeah, I mean, truly. Why? He just demoed me on the fucking top of the wall as I went up for the ceiling shot. What a dickhead.
That's just disrespectful.
Close one.
It's bumping like crazy now.
Yeah, and I'm still gonna save it.
Nice touch.
It's in.
That's in. Lance is floating right below it.
I know, he was like, don't get it, don't get it, don't get it.
Nice. Very nice touch.
Close one.
That would have been a good clip for Floor God's Get Gooder touch ball. More often than not. Get gooder.
Are lost in the sauce.
no demo me, pussy.
But also, like, I think short form has kind of, I've got brain rot humor.
Well, yeah.
You know?
Don't we all?
I like when someone opens their mouth in a conversation and a train noise happens. Like, that's...
I'm getting so many cats that open their fucking mouth in a car honk app.
Yeah, no, like that is the humor that I
they
like
don't even make
most.
me laugh anymore, but because the first 5 made me laugh really hard, now TikTok thinks that that's the peak of humor.
You get to remember that laughter every time. You're like, oh yeah,
I did find this really funny a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
God, should I take my cat to the vet?
But I like shticks. I like bits. You know what I mean? I like slapstick humor.
Let me just do 3 more 360s. I've got you thinking way too deeply about your style of comedy that you enjoy.
Well, there's a part of this. I think like what I'm trying to say is I anytime a comedian tells a joke that's like, yeah, you know how all blank do this, and it's like no, and I wish you'd just shut the fuck up and write a good joke for once in your life.
It sounds like you would laugh at Anthony Jeselnik's jokes, but hate him for them, is what I'm getting.
Maybe. I suppose it'll depend on how he sets them up. Because like saying that every priest is a predator is obviously a falsehood, but on the other hand, like they do tend to be priests.
I think he does generally do a good job of not attacking groups or very specific peoples, or he he does make the priest joke there, but like it's more so like here's it's very like instance based humor from what I've seen. Maybe I could be off base because I've mostly been seeing him on TikTok. But now I'm curious, how much do you think your, like the style of comedy that you present to the world, how much do you think that aligns with the style of comedy you actually enjoy?
0. I don't.
Assuming. No? Okay.
Or like, did you see the guy that made the content series about like the inventors of the bra and being like, sir, we've developed a torture device that we can give to all women in the country.
I feel like
yeah, they're called bras, and they have wire that will poke them in the chest for hours on end. And he does the whole thing in a transatlantic, like 1930s announcer's voice.
This sounds like a joke you would make.
But he also does like really funny loop content. Of course, you like bits, you greedy bit. How's your day, bro? How you doing, Kite? You like Shane Gillis? I have mixed feelings about Shane Gillis. Generally speaking, I think he kind of exists in a gray area. I am not usually a fan of the circles that he runs in, but I appreciate that he has his values and he stands up for them. But I think he has very good comedy every once in a while. But like, at the end of the day, you know, people be people, and
I wish they wouldn't.
Sometimes, yeah.
Almost always. Can we just stop?
Like I like the amount that he rags on Trump, for example. Like he does a pretty hilarious Trump impression. I like that he but I don't love the amount of like Silicon Valley tech bro influencers that he hangs out with, who I generally think are kind of selling a dream that doesn't really exist. And that's kind of their whole value prop.
Gross.
I've liked a few of his bits on Kill Tony. I don't know Kill Tony, to be honest.
I know
Or maybe
I've
I
heard
do,
of
but
it multiple times, but I don't know what the fuck it is. My impression is that it's one of those shows that brings on different selections of comedians together. For some
well, and
reason.
I think the other thing too is that like whatever I've seen of him is not all of his work, and even if I saw all of his work, I'd still only be getting a window of who he is, right? Like he has, yeah, he there's a reason he's a successful comedian, and I definitely laughed at several of his jokes. So like he is good at the craft, he knows what he's doing, and he shows up in the places that get him out there. And like that's doing the job. And there are plenty of comedians that I don't like very much who do the same thing because that's the job. But again, I'm like intellectualizing it in a way that I don't really have to.
I wasn't gonna say it, but
you know
like,
who else?
you're
Flight of the
making comedy
Conchords.
Real boring.
You know who I like a lot? Flight of the Conchords. They were Bo Burnham before Bo Burnham Burnhamed.
Interesting. Before Bo ever burned him.
True. They're a New Zealand comedy duo.
Why are New Zealanders so fucking funny in particular?
Well, one of them is a writer on. Jermaine is a writer on What We Do in the Shadows. They had a TV show for a while. Oh, The Mighty Boosh. Like, The Mighty Boosh is a pretty good way to describe my humor.
Have I screamed at you about Auntie Donna's yet? I'm sure I have.
Maybe.
Auntie Donna's Big Ol' House of Fun. They're the like New Zealand comedy troupe I went to see in Chicago live, and it was so worth it. Hardest I've ever laughed in my life. Is
No.
Lance done, or does he just not want to play these guys again?
I don't know. It's a good point. We should leave.
Okay.
Minty, I don't know if you're going to want to be in a Fours game, because if you join, we're doing Fours. Also, we're going to have ads here in like right now, and so I'm going to go and use this as a break. So we got 10 minutes. Let's say 10 minutes.
Right now, I sort of fucking god.
No, I think it's really funny because he's one of the ones that like I'm surprised there hasn't been more backlash against. But I think Daniel Tosh's early material was like pretty risky, but pretty.
He was pretty funny.
Like he understands the form in a really unique way.
Yeah. The guy in the era of Daniel Tosh, who did like drawings and really deadpan jokes with like whiteboards or large.
Dimitri Martin, yeah, he was good. Dimitri Martin had some really good stuff. Yep.
Yeah.
He's the guy that had the bit about like I've figured out what makes leather jackets cool. It's the sleeves. Because nobody's seen a leather vest and thought, man, that's really cool. But everybody sees a leather jacket and thinks it's cool. And so, like, you could just wear leather sleeves around.
Pretty funny.
And that resonated with me.
Is he still
I'm sure he's doing something.
What his stuff looks like now, because he was pretty funny.
Dimitri, yeah, he was good. He knew what he was doing.
I do appreciate a stand-up comedian who doesn't do stand-up traditionally, who incorporates some weird shit like that. Like, or there's another comedian, I don't know who they are, I've just seen a few TikToks of them who are not useful but still interesting. Double tap. There's another comedian who, like, their whole style, oh, what a shot, their whole style is kind of Dimitri Martin-esque, but like what they do is they have like a little sketch and they'll just add a single line to it as part of the bit, like completely changes it. I don't know who they are, but
yeah, it sounds right.
They're pretty funny.
Well, and I think that was actually one of Dimitri Martin's bits was.
Yeah, I know it wasn't Dimitri Martin because I specifically remember being like, I've never heard of this person, but they seem funny. It was very Dimitri Martin-esque. Maybe, I mean, probably directly inspired if it didn't.
Oh, who's the one that did the history show? The lady that did the history show on Netflix. I never actually history with.
Oh fuck. She is so fucking funny.
Yeah, she's next level funny. I also think that a lot of the correspondents on the Daily Show have been really funny over the years.
Oh, of course. Fuck, who is that? She was so funny. What was that show called? God, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember.
Well, it was history with, and then like her name.
Yeah, she was so fucking funny. I'm not sure in general.
I had tacos earlier, and I can literally feel the farts. Just saying.
I think it'd be more alarming.
No, like I'm not farting currently. I mean, like I can feel them traveling through me.
I was attempting humor.
No.
None of that here.
Yeah, I hate Hummers.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I lied.
It's because I prefer whistling.
I thought you were gonna go with like I prefer Kias or something.
No, I felt like that was the first joke, and so I had to go with something different for the second one, you know?
Sure.
Did I just ball two of them in a row?
Kinda, yeah. Yeah. I don't know how intentional the first one was, but that second one was pretty slick. Yeah, you balled two of them.
Philomena, it's Kunk. Yeah, Philomena Kunk is currently one of my favorite comedians right now, like hands down, 10 out of 10. Yeah, and then who was it? Broad City. The two girls from Broad City are incredible.
Was it Kunk on History? Yeah, she's so funny.
Bar down. Damn. It's the second time Plug has hit a bar down shot. Mm-hmm.
I didn't even like jump up for it because I was pretty certain I was gonna bounce off and I was gonna go for the redirect, but damn. Ooh, they went for a pinch there. Oh.
Nice pass. Yeah, did you see me steal it right at the end? No.
Whoa!
Going back.
Now we get serious.
Oh no. Mm-mm. Couldn't be me. Ooh. Sure.
I'm so sorry. I got bumped into you. Just completely ruined your possession that you clearly had.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
for
looking
another
forward to that Conjuring
I
prequel.
got bumped. It's a shadow.
No.
You make my head spin.
Nice. Exorcism joke. 10 out of 10. Okay.
Yep. Well, I'm over here now. Oh.
Close one.
Well, that's just rude. No. Calculated. Calculated. I really do not want to go into OT with these guys. Can we just score one more and then not let them score and be done with it?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, no argument for me. Sure.
Floor scores one more handily. Drops controller.
Yeah, Philomena Kunk is really good. The ladies from Broad City are like top shelf, excellent, fabulously funny. Honestly, Eric Andre scratches a particular itch in my brain, but I also like I have to be
in the right mood to watch Eric Andre, but when I am, fuck.
and I typically like can't do multiple of them in a row so much as like
Really? Okay.
do like a few in a burst and then kind of be like, all right, moving on.
Yeah, this was gonna say. I'll watch like when I watched Eric Andre, it was like 2 or 3 episodes, and it was like that is enough for this week.
Ron
Really
Funches,
enjoyed that.
I like a lot. Because he's like a hilarious and very like positive guy.
This is bad. This is bad.
He's the voice actor for the shark on Harley Quinn. The cartoon with Harley and Ivy.
The one I'm vaguely aware of. Yes.
And he's voice acted a few cartoon characters that are really some of my favorites.
Oh god.
Brad Neely, I think, has a good sense of humor in a way that I really appreciate. He named his show Brad Neely's Hargnal and Sclopio PPO just because it was really hard for people to say.
I don't even know what the words you just
Yeah,
said were.
because they're not words. It's literal nonsense. Harg, Nalin, Sclopio, PPO.
Alright, so this dude just hits fucking yeah.
Oh wait, give him a couple nice shots. That was really clean. Nothing fancy, but like really clean.
He's really, really good at putting them right on the top.
Also, guys, we have 20 seconds left. Why would we forfeit? It's casual.
Because these guys are scary and I don't like them.
They're really not. It's just plugs.
Plugs is scary, and I don't like him.
Well, block him. I blocked somebody earlier about like he was complaining to his teammate, being like, "Whatever, man, just like leave the game. You fucking hard stuck, whatever the fuck." And I was just like, "Yeah, I like don't ever want to play with you, thanks."
Dude, it's not just you, by the way. I because I mentioned I commented on one of Miss Macho's TikToks earlier today. I was just looking in the comments. It's there too. Like one of the top comments.
No, it's everywhere in Rocket League.
It's the worst too because the second top like comment is somebody saying like, "Oh, this is the champ video." It wasn't even about this video. It's like your champ video describes me, but I'm hard stuck in plat. It's like
then it clearly doesn't describe you. Yeah. Then you just don't have any. You're just not watching enough tape, right?
I think like one of them might have been, relevant to you, and then you just decided, "Oh, this is evidence that I belong in champ," and like you're the second most liked comment on this video. Oh no!
Oh, it turns out Talulu is the Salulu for most of the Rocket League community. Whoops. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, listen, dude. If I was hard stuck at Plat 3, I don't think I'd care.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, I think that's the real issue that Rocket League has, and like is going to need to solve. They're going to need to solve at some point that like having a really competitive game is all well and good, which is essentially all that Rocket League is these days because they've gutted it of anything else. The unfortunate thing is that means even the low ranks are full of like highly competitive nerds that aren't actually playing the game very well. They're just being big toxic duty faces and being mad that they can't.
They should definitely be at least Plat 3.
Right, like having a skill-based matchmaking system that only does skill-based matchmaking even in casuals. Like casuals aren't casual. Let's be really clear.
If you were playing against fucking
statistically, I'd be playing against golds and plats. That'd be great for me.
Fun?
Well, are you sure?
Fun constantly playing against gold, just dunking on them over and over. Where's the fun in that?
Well, but if you were taking a break from ranked, I think I'd have some fun there.
Casual very much. Yeah. No, you're right. I'd just be playing competitively.
Well, right, but you're a more skilled, better competitive player. So like competitive is rewarding for you. Whereas
wouldn't be as much for me.
Whereas the only people that play casuals are these sweaty nerds who like aren't even necessarily that good at the game. I don't know. It's a whole, and obviously Plugs is better than us. So like this isn't about this team. I just mean like the sentiment of being a plat and being like, but I'm fucking GC on on my imaginary account.
Level, yeah.
Right. It's like
mechanics are grand plat. Yeah, no, that's right.
It's because there's no other value in this game other than your rank.
The competitive aspects, I guess. I mean, not the way we play it, but yeah, in general. Mechanically, there's no value other than your NMR rank.
Well, and I must say, man, like the way that I play it is mostly making a joke out of the fact that I'm as highly ranked as I am, playing as laissez-fairely as I do. Like there's a reason I make the jokes I make, and it's because like I am mechanically underskilled for my rank. And it's like rather funny to hear all the people who resonate with that when it's like all I ever otherwise hear is people being like, I'm crazy overskilled for my rank. Like, why can't I rank up?
I'm convinced there are like 3 kinds of Rocket League players. One is somebody who's like GC1 or higher and is genuinely good at the game and trying to get better. The other is someone like us who, people like us who are like pretty good, just like inherently, and like the game just works with their brain. Well, you've worked very hard to get to where you are.
Yeah,
I like for the most part don't really care, and like whether they're fucking plat or Lance, I like the attempt. Whether they're plat or diamond or champ, like they're typically better than average and don't fucking care. And then there's people who really, really, really care, and they're all stuck in low plat.
Right? Apparently, yeah. Apparently, they're all stuck in low plat. One of them hit diamond once, and it's a high they've been chasing ever since.
Like those are the 3 kinds of Rocket League players.
Yeah.
I don't even count anyone in silver or lower. They're not like actually playing Rocket League. They opened it a few times. Like.
Right. or they're very casual, or they're playing only with
like a
friends
40-year-old dad
locally.
with his 3-year-old son.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is like great. Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, and that's the gamer base that they need to encourage is the casual players, because they have the competitive scene and they have it dialed in.
Yeah, really, really dialed in.
Well, yeah, to the point where I think it's like too dialed in.
Yeah.
It's too central to the value proposition of the game.
It is the value proposition.
But that's what I'm saying is like at some point, in order to maintain a game for the long term, unless you're really trying to make it into a sport, which like cool, I guess.
Which it.
I mean,
I don't
and it
wanna say
is.
It was because it still is, but like I feel like it used to be much bigger.
Well, but part of that is because there are people that play, like football is a really good example. There are people that casually play football for fun, who really enjoy watching professional footballers play because they know, or not footballers, lol, but you know what I mean, like who really enjoy watching their local football team because they understand what it's like to play the game, and they also understand that these people are like eons, leagues ahead of their ability to do it. In Rocket League, there seems to be like a delusion that like, well, I'm watching the pros and trying the mechanics. I could do that. Right.
It's like you have no idea how many buttons they just pressed to do what they just did.
And like, or you do know how many buttons they just had to press, but you don't realize that they just did it 800 times today.
Yeah.
And they did it perfectly every time, and they got bangers on every shot, and
also there was like a 0.001 second window for them to hit that button at that specific time, and they nailed it.
Right.
I have no delusion that because I know how to hit a flip reset and can sometimes get it and sometimes do something with it, I have no delusion that I'm anywhere near any even SSL, which is still a whole tier lower than pros.
And like, would I love to play this game full time? Absolutely, but there has to be like not having the workshop anymore was a big mistake, and it's still supported, and there are still people who make workshop maps. Not very many, but like, had they leaned into that, they could have had a lot more really fun casual players. In my view,
could have had a bit of a Roblox economy where the people are making half the game for you.
Or GTA. I mean, and honestly, like I feel like that would have made
best 2 out of 3, right?
And that would have also made that was our third game with them.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, we lost the first 2, let's be clear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so they ran through the best 2 out of 3 despite winning the first 2. I respect that.
But I think also leaving the workshop in would have made a much more interesting Rocket League racing. Because
Rocket League racing in Rocket League would have made it much more interesting.
What really bothers me about a lot of racing games actually is that like depending on how you tune your car, you can have a very different experience driving in the same car race. And so like the skill is not always at the core of who's winning race. Right, there's always like a game-breaking car that's like, oh yeah, this stays perfectly flat through every corner, and you can do each corner at 200 miles an hour, and no other car can do that in the game.
Yeah.
And like what I think they kind of missed out on was making a racing game that is exclusively how good are your movement mechanics in Rocket League.
Oh yeah, like the hoop challenges, but like probably toned down a little bit.
I don't know what the hoop challenge. Oh, no. So tone down hoop challenges for sure, but the upper level maps would have been similar to hoop challenges, where like you really have to be I have to be jumping off the wall and then back onto it and maintaining speed. How do I do that effectively? Because the other thing that it would have done is it would have encouraged players to focus on learning movement mechanics for movement rather than for gameplay. If that makes sense. Like rather than having the focus be on like I need to do this so I can hit the ball more often, it would have been movement for movement's sake, which I think ultimately is like what gets people. It would have been a really interesting training side of the game.
Yeah.
And instead they just said no, that was a Steam thing, so we don't like it.
And instead, it's just been nothing but shitting the bed for 2 years straight.
And I know I'm
But
preaching to the
instead, none of
choir.
this.
Yeah. I'm preaching to the choir
None of the
here.
cool things
Literally,
we have.
I think that's the other frustrating thing is that like that is the attitude that every Rocket Leaguer seems to have. Is that Epic
We could
is
have had so many
fucking
cool
up this
things,
game
and
by
we just don't.
not doing shit with it.
Yeah. We just don't have any of the cool things for pretty much no good reason.
Right.
Other than your idea of what's going to maximize your profits.
For
Yes.
Fortnite.
For Fortnite, for this other game, yeah.
Right.
No, even for Rocket League as well, I guess. But they probably don't care about that.
Well, because who are they maximizing profits from? I guess in-store purchases, sure, but
That's what,
like,
yeah. I can't think of any better reason to do what they did in terms of trading.
oh no, that's exactly why. That was so. Although that was specifically they said in a release about partnership. So my thought is that it was more about like making sure that if they partner with Porsche and Porsche wants to see a certain number of Porsche bodies sold or unlocked in the game, they could say, okay, well, here are our sales numbers, and it's like not at all dependent on trade economy. But like at the end of the day, you still would have been able to track that. They just would have been tradable.
You could still do that. You could, yeah. I'd be perfectly fine with there being tradable and non-tradable items. Like, okay, if that's like specific to brand deals like that, that makes sense. Fair enough. I'm not mad about that. It wouldn't be. Here's where I'd keep my Rocket League trading if I had any.
If I had any. Wow, Dad, when did you give up on your dreams? How old are you?
Jesus.
Yeah. It's one of the coldest lines from Timmy's dad.
What a pass.
And I also recognize that I'm playing Rocket League while I complain about this. I still think this is one of the most brilliant games, but it's because I think it's so brilliant that I think it's like wild that it's not
That's why it's
played by
so
every
upsetting.
console.
Yeah,
Like this
that's why
should
it's
come
so upsetting that
preloaded
they're
by
shooting
now
the
on
best,
every
because
console in the
it's-
world, and it
like,
doesn't.
They have gold in their hands and they're flushing it down the toilet. That's why it's so upsetting. It's because even despite all of this, and yet, it is still a very enjoyable game.
Yeah.
That's why it's so fucking maddening.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have look at what it could have been. Okay. Bye, Lance.
Let me play slow.
No.
Okay. I love that for us.
Oof, oof, oof. I didn't even see what happened there. Oof.
Yeah. I'm glad it was the first thing right as soon as the replay started.
If you're gonna just kind of hit the ball wherever. Oh, no. Go away. I didn't say come back. One more goal. One.
Close. Yeah, man.
It's Rocket League heard us talking all this shit.
And they were like,
You know what?
oh, is that so?
Is that how you feel? Or because you dived up in comp, now this is your fault, is what I'm saying.
I mean, they have independent MMR ratings, buddy.
This is your fault, is what I'm saying?
Okay, got it. Heard, chef.
Thank you. I don't know what I hate myself for. like repeating myself for? Do you need me to do it again?
What? Can't hear you over the sound of you whispering.
What?
What? Chocolate.
Chocolate. I saw a really crazy conspiracy video about SpongeBob recently, where somebody was making a very convincing argument that Patrick used to be an evil villain in the SpongeBob universe, like a known evil villain.
Go on.
Because, well, he has like crazy super strength, and we've seen him like outrun a high-speed train. Like basically, he can physically do whatever.
Yeah. He's like he is a real force of nature. That one.
What the? Wait, what the fuck?
I don't know.
Wait, hold on. Wait, what is this? Wait,
Dropout. Or wait, not dropout. Heat seek.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, I've
Why?
never actually seen this map before.
Yeah, whoa. This is something else. Okay. Sure. Why not, I suppose.
I cannot believe that. Ooh, calculated.
Ooh.
I literally haven't touched the ball yet. I hate Heat Seeker so much.
Why are we
I did it just to throw you off, and like I
really did.
We're 27 seconds in, and I'm like, why did I do this? God damn it!
This
is the worst game mode.
Seconds of Holden being confused.
It's such a like we didn't even touch that ball.
This game mode is so dumb.
So awful. This game mode sucks ass, dude.
And you know what's really funny too?
What?
One of my only other friends that I like somewhat consistently play Rocket League with, it's this and fucking Snow Day are like he's really good at. He's really disproportionately good at like Heat Seeker.
That bothers me so much. It makes me so sad.
He's so good at Heat Seeker, and then I go into like duos or threes with him, and he plays like he's a low plat. But like he's nutty at Heat Seeker for some reason.
It just blows my mind.
I hate it.
You're kidding. What a shot, Lance.
Yeah, great shot. Lance.
Great shot. It was calculated, right? You knew that it was going to go bonk and then around this perfectly, right? You knew that, right?
This game mode should be renamed to Bonk and then Bonk.
It should just be called aim assist.
I mean, that's what it is. We are playing with controllers. God, we're so... Oh. Uh-oh.
Like, it's like, how's this fun? Oh my god.
It's fun.
You guys take over.
It's fun to play, like, once in a while as a bit, and then never again.
But, like, no, it isn't. You know?
I'm having fun right now. I won't be having fun if we do it again.
Yeah, I just like
this very moment.
I touched the ball one time. Who thinks this is fun?
You did this.
I know.
This
I hate it.
Your decision. You did this on purpose.
I know, and I don't even have a porpoise.
I've never even seen a porpoise. Calculated. Calculated.
Y'all. So you guys go up, and I was like, okay, they don't need me. You'll watch. You'll watch me in the back. You'll watch me in the back. They've got it. Nope.
Oh, fuck.
And that was a musty, which like, haha, but like, what a trash musty it was.
Hey, you can say you've hit that musty goal now. Yeah. Cross map musty shot?
I can hit cross map musties, but I'm hard stuck flat.
Okay. Yeah, that's what all these guys talking about being hard stuck flat. That's what all these guys are talking about. They play Heat Seeker once and hit a cross the map, flip reset musty, and they're like, oh, how am I?
They didn't flip reset. Let's not give them that.
You're right.
I know.
On the stationary ball? No, they still.
Lamau. And then I missed that. That's sad too.
This is a skill-based game mode.
Did he really just read the...
Changed my mind. Oh.
Yeah, skill-based, right? I hate this game. Oh my god. Like, what? What?
Oh, Christ.
I think the only thing that I've ever heard that was compelling for a reason that drop shot is, or not drop, this isn't even drop shot, heat seeker. How dare I do drop shot dirty like that? I love drop. I like drop shot.
I like drop shot.
Well, because drop shot is just a lesson in aerial control.
Yeah.
This game is maybe I give it credit for like making people practice their recoveries, because when it gets going really fast, you have to be in front of net like fast. But that's kind of the only thing I can think
Nice
of.
shot, Lance.
Yeah. I really liked when you curved it around both pillars. Like, excuse me? It's just...
It is just wonky defense, the matchmaking mode, the game mode. I didn't think of words for a minute there, and I'm still...
Well, and like, talk about developing bad habits, you know what I mean?
I suppose, yeah. Oh, now they're just demoing. Okay.
It's alright, we didn't even have to hit it.
Skill-based.
Skill-based.
You know what? Fine. If they want to bully, I'll go over here and bully. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'll just sit back here and bully them. Fine. We can play this game mode that way. Fine.
I forgot that it's also infinite boosts. Like, okay.
Oh, the pillar! The pillar!
Pillar's our teammate.
The pillar's a paid actor.
What the shit is this game mode? It's playing with itself. I'm confused. Nobody's hit the ball for like a while.
We are merely observers now. We're spectating now.
I'm dropping calculateds on him. Calculated.
I don't think anyone touched the ball. For
Nice shot. Yeah, no, like nobody did a fucking thing. It's literally just like Rocket League plays itself.
Rocket League plays itself and nobody wins.
Nobody wins, least of all me.
Calculated?
Oh yeah, it's always calculated in this game mode. See?
Oh fuck.
Like if we just go and but wait, win or blue? Were we not out of time? Oh, it was first to 7. Okay, fabulous. Thank God.
Was the bit worth it?
Jesus. Thick White Liquid, Maxwell House, opinions on the new Game of Thrones show? Haven't seen it, don't care to. Bloody Dragons or whatever the fuck it is. House of Wieners.
House of Dragons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, it's probably more fantasy dragon shit. And a lot more, like, weird, questionable sex scenes.
Listen, dude, when you put
hopefully,
it that way,
hopefully a few wieners, like
sex scenes and
no, in
shit.
the bad way, with the weird fantasy sex scenes.
Okay, but the way you just said like fantasy dragon shit, as if we aren't fucking Dungeons and Dragons now.
I mean,
like,
yeah, but it's like, but let's be clear, it's like never actually really cool dragon shit. Like I've seen clips of the show. It's called House of Bloody Wieners, sir. Sorry about that. Sorry. Yeah, just like mine every day. I saw the first couple episodes of House of Bloody Wieners and no, Lance, it's not no. Every day I wake up and my dick's just bleeding.
Really gotta stop buying white sheets.
It's mid anyways. Yeah, like I can't imagine it being as good as the original Game of Thrones, and the original Game of Thrones dropped off pretty hard after season 1. And then dropped off again after season
unfair.
4. No,
maybe
season
that's
one.
fair.
Season 1 was the most interesting Game of Thrones season. Sorry,
I thought
Ned Stark
season-
trying not to get killed as the Hand was the only thing I was there for. And then he got spoilers.
I thoroughly enjoyed Game of Thrones. For how many seasons were there?
like 45. I don't fucking know.
That's also not true. Were there like 7? I
Done.
watched all of Game of Thrones up until the last 2 seasons.
Oh, I watched all of Game of Thrones full stop, and I'll tell you, it dropped off after season 1, and then dropped off again after
bet.
season 4.
I'm so crazy.
Lance just immediately quit. That's hilarious.
This is the nuttiest shot of my life, by the way.
Maybe he's switching off the Dominus because you switched. He'll be back. But I like dragons. I also like dragons, but like, watch How to Train Your Dragon. You know what I mean?
I genuinely...
Because like, bang for buck, you're gonna get way more dragons out of How to Train Your Dragon as a series.
Yes. I watched Game of Thrones all the way up until the last 2 seasons, and I thoroughly enjoyed almost all of it. I think it's unfair to say it dropped off after season 1. You want to argue after season 4? Fine. I can get behind that.
Yeah, I suppose my hot take is that it dropped off after season 1, but mostly it's because like Game of Thrones stopped being about the Game of Thrones after season 1.
No?
Yes. Yes. Yep.
No.
Yes.
What? Where do you get what? Explain.
No.
Okay. Understood. Gotcha. No, I'm on your side now. That makes perfect sense when you put it that way.
Hang on. Damn, dude, ray tracing is freaking crazy. Like, every light reflection is rendered in real time. I'm confused. What are you looking at? Show me.
He's watching Game of Thrones with ray tracing on.
What is this in? Where have you found this ray tracing of yours? Satisfactory, got it.
Where are the rays being traced?
He's sending links to Dr. Disrespect's DMs. I don't know what that. What?
Oh no.
I hope not.
Wait, you don't know about?
It's a dangerous DM box to be in. Oh no, I know about that. Yes,
Okay.
that's why I'm calling it a dangerous DM box to be in.
Okay. You said it as if you're confused.
Well, I'm confused in the sense of who's sending what to Dick. Like, why are you sending anything to Dr. Disrespect's DMs? As far as I can tell, only bad things happen there.
Also, who the fuck uses Twitch whispers?
Oh, I'm exclusively whispering to Twitch. You know what I finished recently that I wish I hadn't? My conversation about Game of Thrones.
Oh my god. Do you have more hot takes that are just gonna be like mildly irksome to me?
No, I'm just saying that I don't know, I'm trolling, he says. I mean, what are your thoughts about Dr. Disrespect's DMs, I suppose, is the question that follows. Thick white liquid. Let me get you in trouble for a second.
I don't think I did anything wrong. Wait. No. There are a few wrong answers. That was one of them.
Yeah, it's the only wrong one of them. It really. No, I've heard about that, and then I don't know. That's There's so much weird shit going on in that stuff.
There are like several teenagers in my community Discord.
I get anxious that people I get anxious that like my content warnings don't actually mean anything. Because I have people show up to my stream all the time and we're like, I'm 12. And I'm like, you're not allowed to be here. Read the fucking thing. don't know. I was making a joke like he's sending a link to join his DMs. Oh, you know, to be honest with you, the first time I clicked it, it came up in my browser, and so I didn't notice where it had opened, and I was like, did I just get a virus? But no, he sent me a DM. Go to the link. It's a picture of ray tracing, and not the character from Star Wars tracing something. What? But yeah, truly, like, having seen even a fraction of people like being big fans of Dr. Disrespect and like making clips of him and seeing his stream, I was just like, I don't think I like this guy. And I suppose I'm somewhat vindicated in that.
Like, I'm already not a fan.
Yeah, I like already think he's kind of a chotch, and like I get that that's the bit, but I, you know, like there at a certain point the bit takes over. Yeah, like
the man becomes the mask.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever saw I think it was an IGN interview, and they like referred to him as like the man, the legend, Dr. Disrespect, and he literally fucking sat there and like not joking corrected them for complimenting him with the titles that they gave him, and I was like, you're a jackass. Like, I mean, not.
I'll be honest. The character, the bit, I didn't. I thought it was kind of funny. Like,
no, I know, but you can see in this clip where it's not the bit. It's like clearly he, as a person, is irked that they didn't introduce him properly.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, dude, like, get the fuck over yourself. Yeah, no, he's yeah, Dr. Disrespect. Yeah, I've never been a big fan of him, and so like, was I all that surprised
when it turned out he was not a good person?
Yeah, like, no.
You're like,
was I surprised maybe that he went the Drake route? Like, yeah, it's pretty surprising to see anyone go the Drake route these days. That's a very that's a decision that you have to make that feels a little
dude, when I come across
just
a 19
like a choice.
Rumble, I swipe left instantly. Like, I don't.
Yeah, we're not in the same stage, you know. You become what you pretend to be. I mean, I suppose, but like, I've been pretending to be a streamer for a while, and and like, that's a pretty laughable.
I've been pretending to be a YouTuber for like a few years now.
Yeah, I've been pretending to be a cool dude my whole life, and here we are. It hasn't worked.
To be happy for months.
Yeah, that's a trap. My biggest surprise was him just going on Twitter like, yeah, I did it, don't worry about it, bros. Like, as if that was going to go down well. I mean,
his apology was, I did it, and you're all wrong about the circumstances. Like, well, hold on. Wait.
What do you think you're proving her, sir?
Part? What was that first part?
It's just like, I wish I could pretend my way into being a billionaire. But I don't think that's how that. Actually, I don't want to be a billionaire. I want to be like a
2-millionaire,
a successful human being. But I've been pretending to be that for a long time too. And oof.
I want to be a human being that can pay rent.
Yeah, I constantly feel more like a fleshy meat mech than a human being. You know, if I was grown in soil, I would not sprout into shit.
What? Really? What the heck?
Yeah, I said calculated, sorry.
Talking about this guy wanting to forfeit with 4 minutes left.
Yeah, but he might really commit to the bit and make it the worst 4 minutes of gameplay we've ever been exposed to.
I'm here for it.
Well, like, I hope. I think what I'm mostly surprised is like to see anyone going and doing like dumb shit. Like I get stressed out when I say something dicey on stream, and I have 4 people who watch me fairly regularly, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like I already have to be like, ooh, did I cross a line? It blows my fucking mind that there are people out here who are so blindly self-assured that they're like, I know this is wrong, and I'm gonna do it anyway, and when I get called out for it, I'm gonna double down. That blows my fucking mind.
I get anxious when like I have a funny moment in one of my videos that like maybe 1,000 people are gonna see. When I have a funny moment that like the particularly bad F word is said, the F word I won't say, is said, and I completely blur out the subtitle, and I completely, you know, oh wow, I just missed those.
How the fuck did that go in?
Because our teammates AFKing, I don't know. I completely blur out the subtitle and bleep it, but like, you know, leave it because the rest of the moment was funny enough. I get anxious about that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And frankly, if I didn't blur and bleep it, the consequences would be pretty minimal, I'm sure.
Right,
But
right.
I'm
No,
just
like,
going to do so because no. But and if somebody called me out for it and was like, you should not have let that in the video, I'd be like, you're probably right.
you're right, and I'm taking it down now, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah, like, yeah.
And it means nothing to
You're right,
me.
I'm a
I
horrible
apologize. Right. Like,
I'm a horrible person. I won't do that again. I'll try and be better. And he's like, yeah, I flirted with a 17-year-old.
mm-hmm.
What?
I also...
Nothing happened. What do you mean nothing wait.
That's the thing. That's the thing that happens.
We didn't even meet up or anything. Were you going? Were you planning? Wait.
Was that on the
Nobody
table?
brought that up. Wait,
Right.
Wait.
This is what I mean by the Drake route.
Yeah.
It just... Also, if you haven't been able to tell, Kendrick won.
Well, I hesitate to say Kendrick won because it's kind of like saying, like, there was no battle.
I mean, yeah, I was also going to say,
It was
like,
a slaughter. It wasn't a battle.
I mean, right. But yeah, if you're on Drake's side, go ahead and unfollow. That's... And actually, that's probably a bit of a misnomer because I don't even think I'm on the Kendrick side, but I do believe in generally the things that he was saying about Drake.
You had like 98 boost and you took that corner.
Yeah, you didn't need it, right? Certainly not more than me,
Actually,
missing 2% boost.
I do hate having boost actually, so I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I was just saving you from yourself.
Just let me know what you want in return and I'll make it happen.
This guy's using the cat boost and it's fucking me up right now. I also just like, I don't know, man. I frequently I'm like, man, I'm not like living life the way that most people are, and I know that that's not true, or I know that that is true in the sense that, like, you know, I'm not going out to clubs every weekend. I don't deal with.
People are doing that as you think.
I think you'd be surprised how many clubs are still in business.
Well, yes, but like, they serve 0.5% of the population. Like,
I think that's still a very large number.
yeah, but to call that most people is silly.
No, okay, fine. I'm not going out to I went to Deadpool, for example, and I looked at dinos and I was like, this is the first movie we've been to in a year.
Oh, yep, the exact same thing happened to me. I went to Deadpool like a few days ago. And it was the first movie I saw. Yep.
Like, I don't.
In the theater. I'm with you there.
You know what I mean? I just like don't typically take part in a lot of.
Completely subverting the actual point you're trying to make.
Well, and like, there's a reason that we get along so well, buddy. It's almost like we have very similar views on some things.
Don't want you to call me out like this. Shut up.
I thought you were gonna say I don't want you to call me your friend, and I was like, damn, damn, emotional damage. Woo! Even just thinking it, I was like, oh, I'm a little sad now.
You know what a friend crush I have in you. Shut up.
Yeah. But no, I think actually my retort to you, Holdini Full, my retort to you, Holdini Full, is that I think you'd be surprised how many people do actually live that life and like who go to bars thinking like this is social. And like it can be, listen, there are fun bars and drinking is fun and hanging out with your friends is a great time. I'm just saying that like it is also spending a lot of money on something, frankly, you could do at home.
You could do it home, and if you wanted to have alcohol, you could.
Or friends, you could do
for
right.
a fifth of the cost.
Right.
and have a way chiller time.
Most of the time, right?
I think I've probably maybe 100 times in my life like gone out to a bar and drank and like partied or lived that life. Maybe 100 times in my life.
Oh, I've lived
And I
that life for
thoroughly
many
enjoyed,
years.
I thoroughly enjoyed like 4 of those times. The other 96 were okay.
I'll admit that I still enjoy going out to bars if it's like a cool, good bar, or if it has good deals, or like they have a pool table or something. Like, because I don't own a pool table. Cool, yeah. Let me get drunk and play pool. You didn't need that, right?
Floor, you're such a piece of shit.
I'm trying to use it though.
I'm trying to use you.
Oh. But like Thick White Liquid knows that I very much lived that life. Because we worked together at a liquor store back in the day, and we would go to bingo on, what was it, Thursday nights, and one of the we were generally like a very respectful bunch, and then apparently one of the nights that I didn't go, another coworker went and brought her boyfriend, and her boyfriend started being really fucking shitty, to the point where they almost kicked the group out because he was being such a knob. You're bingo, baby. Yeah, holla holla 069 is still something I say in passing, and people think it's weird. But
that was weird, and you should feel weird about it.
I know, I don't at all. 069 is how they always announced it. Also, it is astonishing how many people at higher MMRs don't respect Rule 1 sideways. Yes. If anything, I would have expected them to respect it way more than lower ranked people.
Yeah, the people who are like trying really, really hard.
Right. Especially because higher rank tends to be when you get the most like, let's all sit upside down and do circles.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, every clip I've ever gotten of like dumb shit like that has been in diamond or higher. Like,
but like,
yeah.
My point is just like I used to go out a lot, but at this point I'd much rather go over to a friend's house and like drink them out of house and home and then chip in for their resupplies. I am getting old, but I think a part of it honestly is just that like
also, no, you're not, because I'm the exact same way, and I'm like 5 years younger than you.
I'll never respect the Rule 1. I'll say it. Thick White. I'm gonna ban you. Hang on.
Yeah, that's a bannable offense.
I've known you for years, and I'm banning you.
You might as well have just said, by the way, I'm voting for Trump.
Yeah, I mean, I might as well have said like I have pooped. Like that's so fucked up and against what this stream is about.
That's a little excessive.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You're right. Sorry to take it to that dark place.
Like, you're streaming right now, dude.
Yeah, sorry, I shouldn't even mention the forbidden act. Oh, good, they forfeited.
Okay.
Lamau. No, I don't know. Like, I do like going out to bars, especially cool bars that have interesting liquor, like bartending lists, or like hard to find whiskeys.
See, that's like
cool cocktails, really interesting stuff. Even just interesting like ambiance. There was a cool speakeasy that was behind an old. This is in Austin, Texas. There's a speakeasy in Austin, Texas that is behind an old computer repair store, and it's like the sign for it is a floppy disk. Like that's their logo. And I think I'm just not into alcohol. I think, well, but there's so many things that are like socially as adults. Like so many people do alcohol as like their main personality trait. As like a central pillar of their social lives, and I totally understand it, but I also like, yeah, like let's go go-karting, let's go paintballing, let's go hiking, let's go to the beach, let's go try some really fabulous restaurants, let's go you know, and honestly, like, yeah, but even then, like I can play games at home, right? Like maybe not arcade games if I don't have an emulator, but like,
I don't know, like if you want to, I'm just saying, if you want to socialize with friends and like spend some money while doing so, yeah, I agree. There are like 8,000 more interesting things to do in any given, even mildly metropolitan area than fucking going to a bar. I'm with you on that.
And yet we still have like chain bars. Applebee's and Chili's
one
looking
of
at you.
Least favorite facts I knew about Winona, Minnesota when I went to college there. But I used to be able to rattle off the numbers. I could tell you exactly how many bars and how many churches there were in the relatively small city of Winona. And both numbers were a lot higher than you think. And
It's
very
rural
close
Minnesota.
to each
I
other.
promise you that they're exactly what I think they are.
Do you consider Winona rural?
100%. If it's not the Twin Cities or Duluth, it's rural, my dude.
St. Cloud ain't rural.
Okay.
The St. Cloud area is like 140,000 people.
I mean, small town.
That's what. Huh?
Yeah.
You're silly for that. I consider like Winona is like. I think
Would you
what,
call it a
30,
small
40,000?
city?
I call it a very small city. Yeah, that's what it feels like anyway. Well, that was rude. But very nice play all the same.
If you don't have like a few 100,000 people, I think you're a small town.
A few 100,000 is your bar?
Yeah.
That's where my bar starts for like an actual metropolitan area.
If you don't have like office buildings in the downtown that are more than 8 stories tall,
That's a city. That's a like major population center. If you
That's my
have,
point.
Like,
is that a small
so
city?
anything that's not a major population center is a
No, a small city would have buildings over 8 stories. And before that, you would have towns.
You have a very, very high bar for like what counts as what here.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, what a touch.
Yeah, I do.
Yes, I do, but that is still my opinion. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're aware that that's a high bar, then okay, I'm not gonna change your
Well,
mind.
like think about it this way, dude. Like the cities, when we talk about like, for example, like how voter breakdowns, when you're talking about city versus rural, that's what you're talking about. Major cities, population centers of a few 100,000 or more, and everything else.
Major there.
I mean, sure, but most everything else is essentially a small town. And you can feel differently
Yeah,
about
and
it,
most
but
foods
like,
are a sandwich or a soup. Like what? Okay, sure.
yeah, yes, I agree, and unironically, you're correct. Thank you for agreeing.
I hate you.
What's your point?
I hate that I can say a silly thing in jest, and you're like, yes.
Yes. Well, because I don't want to like, and it's not that I think that small towns are any less
like. It's a very small town, but it like the surrounding area extremely rural. But like the very small pocket that is Winona.
You're right. If rural is, you're right. Rural is not fair. Being a small town does not mean that you are rural. That's fair.
Okay.
But I do
distinction,
generally
that's
think of
back up.
Winona as being rural, but also I've like
rural
probably
area,
never
I'll give
actually
you that.
been to Winona.
No, it's a very nice place.
Sure.
If you don't deal with too many of the locals, they're all a bunch of dicks.
Well, like there are nice rural areas. What's your point? What are you trying to say about rural areas?
I wasn't saying. I was just saying. Oh, I'm surprised you've never been. You lived in Minnesota for quite a while. It's a very nice place. Though what is really like, it's comedic. They
It
call
is
themselves
no
the Miami
concern of
of Minnesota.
mine whether your
Oh,
family
that's
has
yeah. No, see, this is, but that's what I'm saying is that we got to take him down a peg or two. Yeah, but wait, hang on.
before you became
Like,
peasants.
And I'm not even saying Miami is what you should be seeking. I'm just saying that like,
Yeah, I was also gonna say like that's already
Okay.
like not.
Good
the
luck with
best
streaming,
thing to say
lad.
about
It's like the
yourself,
worst
and
kind of
also
Delulu
very
as the
not
Salulu.
true. Yeah, not only are you very wrong, it's also like you're wrong about not being
so much.
a great thing. I've been to Miami. It's not all it's chalked up to.
It's just a place. It's not even a good place.
It's just a place that has like nice beaches, but like they could be nice if they could be nice.
I feel like I've been to nice beaches, and I'm not sure that that's how I would describe Miami.
Maybe what I mean is large beaches. They have beaches.
They have beaches. I'll give them that. There is sand for sure.
There is water hitting sand.
Flapping those sandy cheeks. Oh God.
Oh. I don't even remember like what the original was.
Oh, you were taking issue with my correct opinion about Winona being a small town and rural.
Well, I would call it a smallish town. Yes. But the area rule.
Hang on, does Winona have a tractor supply store?
I have no idea.
Somebody in chat look up.
What's really funny?
Somebody in chat look up whether or not Winona has a tractor supply store, because if it does, I get to call it rural. If your quote unquote city is selling tractor supplies, I think we should have a conversation.
Dude, most major cities in Minnesota, that's just Midwest. I don't know if that's a qualifier for small town.
I honestly, maybe Minneapolis St. Paul has a tractor supply store in it.
I would be shocked if it didn't.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Because here's the thing too. And you're just gonna take this as bolstering your point, but I now live in an area that is 5 times more populated, at least, than Winona, Minnesota, the whole county. And I live about 12 minutes drive away from a tractor supply store.
Yeah, that just proves my point. It just proves my point. Also, Weed Pen rips in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Or it's not necessarily. It's a auto repair shop that specifically has a sign that says like we do tractors here.
Thick White Liquid. I wish that was weed. It's just nicotine. At this point, I haven't smoked weed in like 6 months. Nor have I eaten weed. That's my purse. Hey,
last time I talked to you about
thanks for the $10 donation.
Oh,
I appreciate that, my dude.
That's sweet.
It was 3 minutes ago. I didn't get any notification. But what the fuck, Streamlabs?
Streamlabs has not been kind to you.
Well, I just read some fine print on their website, which is like you should download the plugin for Streamlabs OBS, and it's like, okay, maybe I need to have been running this off of the plugin, and that's why it's being weird. But like, oh, duplicate login detected? Really? Are you sure? Can't join the game.
Oh, I just rejoined the game. Oh, yep, and now we're okay. So leaving. It's abandoning.
Got it. Nailed it.
Hello.
Good for you, bro. You're not missing much. I mean, yeah, I was just talking about earlier how I actually really miss smoking weed.
I was gonna say,
it's pretty fun.
Last we talked about it, I know you had said that because we just haven't talked about it much, but I know that you mentioned some months ago. I thought you were just on a tea break or something.
I was right, and what was bothering me mostly was that like it was bedtime bowls because I would dream less, and I have really not awesome dreams frequently. If I do dream, they're almost exclusively really terrifying and awful, and so.
Yeah, it's called night terrors, and it's a serious thing.
Well, yeah, it is a thing that has happened since my youth. But I was getting frustrated that like my sleep schedule was going to shit, even though I was doing bedtime bowls to like not be avoiding sleep. I was still avoiding sleep, and that like wasn't the point. And so I was like, all right, I'll start with a tea break.
Healthy associations.
Well, it was just like I'll start with a tea break and then see how I feel. And by the time I had like my sleep schedule back, it was just kind of like extra costs mostly.
I get it.
And like, you know, the other thing honestly is that with the Porsche project coming up in terms of finishing, like I don't want to be smoking weed a bunch because I want to be driving as much as I can be.
Yeah.
And that's a no-no.
You just have several reasons just not to bother picking any up or picking it back up.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Fair.
Dude, come through. I'll smoke you up, brother. Hey. Honestly, so Thick White Liquid, I'm still waiting to hear back from them because the roll cage is taking a little while. But I don't know if I've told you about it, but I bought a 1984 Porsche. And over the last year, well, actually, after I bought it in 2020 when I had a fair bit of spending money, and then I spent all the spending money on what I wanted to spend it on, which was parts for the car. And then around the time that I was running out of money, I realized that I still had to install it, and while I was originally planning to do it myself, that plan fell through rather quickly when I realized, oh shit, I don't know how to car. And so now I've spent the last
qualified for this.
yeah, so I spent the last year and a half with this car in a shop. It's a MoFab LLC in Parker, Colorado, and I moved out to Portland. But the car is still out in Colorado for a number of reasons, mostly that it's been sitting at the shop since I moved. And it's not done yet. We've still got a couple of parts to go. So right now they're welding in the roll cage and they're doing kind of finishing touches stuff. But the last that we talked about it... Oh yeah, I drove it in June. It is very functional. And the last that I talked to them about it, it was supposed to be done in August. So mid-August was kind of my tentative, like, oh, I might actually go out and like pick up the car.
So hyped for you. That's so fucking
I'm also really hyped about it. I'm hoping to bring somebody who has like some videography chops to like get some good footage with it. I think I sound like a bit of a crazy person being like, I built a race car so that I can like try to be like an amateur race car driver, but like,
what? How do I not get a flip reset off that?
I don't know.
Huh?
That sounds fun. And so,
who cares? I'm doing thing I find fun. Yeah.
oh, hell yeah, dude. Yeah, actually, if you go in my Discord, so if you type in !Discord, it'll come up with a link. And then if you go into the Discord in the Pix channel, you can see it. I've put up some photos of it. It's also on Instagram. I have an Instagram account with, I don't know, 70 followers or something. It's not very many.
I cannot wait for you to have some footage for me to edit. It's gonna be fucking fun.
Yeah, and like, Hot Sauce is good.
Get a
He
camera, I'll
like
be your camera.
is good at camera.
Oh, is he gonna be your cameraman?
Yeah. He's the one that has the chops. Not to mention the gear.
Oh, you said you were looking for somebody that had the chops, and I thought, okay.
No, I'm hoping that he's able to come. He's moving right now to a new place, and I am aware that even though he has roommates, like, he does work a job for money to pay rent. And so, like, I've mentioned to him that, like, hey, listen, man, like, when we do this, I'm down to pay you for your time because you will be doing a job. Like, I'm not expecting you to just, like, take 2 weeks off and say fuck the man kind of a thing. But I also know that, like, as a part of the move, he's starting a new job, and so, like, I'm not sure that that's going to be totally feasible. We'll see.
I respect this man for sticking it out. He can have the dub.
I respect this random guy for putting in the forfeit. Close one.
What you gotta do? You gotta road trip that car up to MN so you can have Matt take some really sexy shots with the really nice cameras. And I honestly, if you're just like, hey, if I swing by around this time, can I have half an hour of your time? I bet he'd just be like, yeah, that sounds fun. Just do it. He wouldn't even ask anything of you. You can get some really dope shots. That guy's.
Well, I'm gonna go through Minnesota anyway because I still haven't met my buddy's daughter.
Oh yeah, you mentioned yeah.
She's growing fast, and I gotta make sure that I
You did mention that.
say hello before she learns to speak. Apparently, she's already starting to figure out walking, which is wild.
We're doomed.
We're all doomed. Yeah, the rambunctious one is gaining too much power. And I've got a buddy down in San Francisco, and I've got my brother in LA, and I've got, and like, they're both car people, you know, like, I think part of the fun thing here is that I'd really like to, and I've got friends in Colorado that like to do car stuff. Like, I do have actually quite a lot of people that I would love to do, like, drive around the country and do events with. And they don't even have to be like racing events. Yeah, just, even if it's just like long road events where we're just like driving famous roads as a group kind of a thing. I think that'd be really fun. Going to big like national car shows. And And then the idea too is to take that car, and once it's all outfitted and everything, start doing events in it, and then as time goes on, drop some money into it and get the, you know, eventually I do want it to look like the tuner that it is, because it's a V8 engine swap. And that's like a wild fucking, like racing orgs don't do those kinds of projects very often, kind of a thing. Like engine swaps are a lot of fucking work, for what I think a lot of people would say is not a lot of payoff. But this specific engine swap, from what I've read and now experienced, is like so worth it, dude. And because of the car being so light, it's like it's under 3,000 pounds, which is like a hilarious feature for a car that's now going to push like 500 horsepower.
I was gonna say, I think my Jeep might weigh
probably twice as much.
That.
Oh, I like, honestly, like it's the Porsche is like there's nothing on it. Like most of that weight, I when we swapped engines, most of the weight that came off of it was the engine. But like we lost weight going from 4 to 8 cylinders.
Yeah, my Jeep weighs a little over 4K. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. We're under 3K.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. And even with the original engine, it was like 3,300 pounds. Yeah, me too. I'm doing upside down spinnies.
We're doing... Hold on. Stay.
Oh, from the side? Oh my god. All right. We're getting weird on this one. Sure. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right. This is my life now. Nice job, everybody. Feeling well loved. I'm sorry, Raphael. I stole your lover. Also, the fact that he's motor mouth, and so every time he speeds up and slows down, he goes, is so unsettling, dude. Oh shit, he's asking for the smoke.
Oh, hold on.
Oh.
We're in an Eiffel Tower this month.
I suck at this. Hang on, let me.
Yeah.
Nice. He eats ass.
He eats ass. Whoa!
Hey, dog. Oh, chill out, buddy.
This is Rocket League.
This is Rocket League. This right here is Rocket League. Woo!
Oh, he knocked me down. No, give me back. Yeah.
Here, let me push you off a little bit so that you can get back into. You got to reverse a little bit. It's all right. It's all right. Now we can go to overtime. Leave the money on the counter. Yeah, I mean, like at a certain point, it's a dumb thing for me to be doing. On the other hand, like I really like driving. This car is like exactly the shifting setup that I want in my car, which is like unassisted. There's no gear synchro going on really. Like it's a lot of very rough, kind of rough and tumble, old style stuff. And then on top of that, like the power of a V8.
I am a whole DD full sandwich.
Oh yeah. Woo.
My teammate's 1v2ing for his life back there.
Going right. This has been the best game of Rocket League all night.
And then that. And then we just put the
Sorry.
Alright.
Yeah, it was pretty rude.
Is that your sign to end stream?
I like honestly, we're at 4.5 hours. Yes. That was really fun. Shouts out to Boost Junior, Boston Junior 2016 for the follow, and that's my purse for the $10 dono. And
every single new YouTube subscriber you've gotten in the last month, go.
I don't know their names. So I do know that a few of them are people that I talked to in the comments, including I had a really fun conversation with someone on TikTok recently of them being like, bro, what? And every time they said something, I would just reverse it on them. So I said, what, bro? And then he said, like, what do you mean? And or no, like, what does this mean? And I said, what do you mean? And then he said,
I'm sure I
you have certainly, yes, I think you've certainly read what I'm talking about. But I'm having a lot of fun just trolling people in my own comments.
It's so good.
We're going to find somebody to host. Raid is the word.
Shadow Legends, this stream's sponsor.
Cold
Floor God.
No, don't do that. Stuff. You won't get a discount. It won't work.
But we will laugh at you.
Yeah. Tell us about it. We will definitely roast you for it. You know what? Miss Macho's on, and Miss Macho's been doing a push, so we're gonna go ahead and raid Miss Macho. And stick around, leave her alert, because even if you're not going to watch, she does Rocket League content. She's better than me, and she has been pushing for partnership lately, and she's already an Epic Games partner, so, like, she's doing aight, you know? It's a pleasure as always, folks. Have a good one. If you're just showing up to the stream, go ahead and drop a follow and leave notifications on, and you'll get a little notification sent out that this could be us, but I'm playing, and so... no worries, dude. Catch us next time. We'll be on tomorrow night a little bit later, and it's always a pleasure, y'all. Don't poop.